All right, what is going on? It is Nate. We got another video today. Sorry, I got the sunroof closed. It's stinking hot. It's like 100 degrees. I'm back in Visalia. But anyways, today's topic, I'm talking about the science of getting rich. I'm going to talk about the exact, I guess you would say proof, or, you know, the science behind it, I guess. And the way our thoughts really do impress upon this world. And then, you know, that determines what we attract in the life that we live. So first things first, what is the science of getting rich? Well, it's a book, right? Science of Getting Rich. It's by Wallace D. Wattles. But Bob Proctor also made a program called The Science of Getting Rich, where he uses the book to, you know, create his program. And so that's what I've been studying. But anyways, so the belief is that our thoughts truly do control our reality, right? Our minds aren't just this receiving station. We're not just seeing what's happening and then that controls what we do. Our minds are actually altering what's happening in our life and controlling that. And basically, if you learn this, you understand this, you believe this, and you harness this, you can then use your mind to create whatever life you want. And so I'm going to break down exactly how this works. So, right, the idea that we could turn thought into a monetary equivalent has been talked about in many different books, right? Whether you read Think and Grow Rich or Science of Getting Rich or, you know, anything, Neville Goddard. I mean, there's so many different people that have all talked about the same exact stuff. And it all is saying the same thing, right? That our thoughts can eventually turn into a monetary equivalent, right? You have an idea and then you put that idea into action and then that turns into income. So that's what a lot of people get mixed up, is they think that you just have to think about it and the money will spawn, which isn't true, right? You're gonna have to take action. But the thing is these actions that you're gonna have to take, when it's done through the spiritual world, when it's done the right way, are pretty effortless, right? They just flow. And so you don't think much of it, you just kind of do it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm rich. So what the Science of Getting Rich talks about is, there's a syllabus, right? That's what they call it, syllabus, but it basically talks about the overall belief behind the book, right? What their thesis is, in a way, of what the Science of Getting Rich really is. And so basically it is the fact that everything in this universe, right? And I'm gonna say, this isn't exactly how it said it all, I'm paraphrasing it, but everything in this universe, it vibrates, right? Everything is just a mass of energy. Everything is energy. We're energy. My car is energy. This camera's energy. Everything's energy. The phone you're watching this on is energy, right? But it's different arrangements of this same substance, basically. So everything is the same thing, just at different vibrations, different frequencies, different levels, right? Different forms. But ultimately, it's all energy, right? And so basically what you have to understand is our thoughts send out these waves, right? And our waves, these thought waves, are real. They're powerful, and they control this energy. They control what is all around us, what's everywhere and everything, and, you know, and everything. So when you understand that, okay, everything around me it's a massive energy, right? Everything is vibrating. We live in an ocean of motion. That's what Bob Proctor always said. We live in an ocean of motion. And so when you understand that we live in an ocean of motion, what does that mean? That means that this physical world is fluid. And through your thoughts, you can change this physical world. Now, am I saying you're going to look at the tree and say burn and it's going to catch on fire? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, as you begin to think and feel in a different way, right, on a different level, on a different frequency, you then change what you attract. You change what you're in harmony with, right? So you have to build this image of what you want. And so now you have an understanding that our thoughts impress upon this energy that's all around us, right? Right, and the Science of Getting Rich, they call it formless substance, right? There's this substance that's all around us, it's everywhere, it's in everything, right? Which I refer to as God. So God is everywhere, God is everything, and our thoughts we have this mutual relationship, right? Where we are sending and receiving, sending and receiving, sending and receiving, but it works on a cause and effect basis, right? So the things you're receiving are based on the things that you caused previously. Whether it was a minute ago or a year ago or, you know, 10 years ago, I don't know. I can't tell you. It depends what it is. But we are causing things to our thought, and then that's bringing the effect. God brings the effect, right? Law of attraction, that is God's, you know, harvest onto us based on the law of vibration, which I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but you understand, okay, we live in an ocean of motion. Everything around us is changing, and everything is all made of the same thing, and my thoughts have the ability to impress upon this substance that is altered by my thoughts, right? So now you have the ability to look at anything you want. You could see anything, and the way you perceive it, the way that you see it, alters the way it is to you. So if you're looking at your bank account and you look at it and you see a low balance, and you cause that to cause you to feel a certain way, and you start thinking a certain way, those thoughts are what you are impressing back into this substance, into God, into the world. So you're going to get more of that, more of the same, more of the same, more of the same, right? Like a lot of people think work harder, work harder, work harder. Well, let me tell you, more of the same will just bring more of the same. It's not about the work. It's not about working harder. It's not. And I tell myself this because I think it is a lot of the time. I've always been a hard-working person, and I always just feel like I need to be doing a million things, and if I'm not, then I feel bad. I feel lazy, right? So I'm talking to myself here too, but basically you understand that our thoughts impress what's going on around us, and based on the way we impress what's going on around us determines what is then returned to us in the future, right? So if you look at your negative bank account or your low bank account or whatever it is, and you see that image of whatever it is you want, say $10,000 in your bank account, if you hold that image and you disregard what you're looking at, because you understand this is the ocean of motion, right? You can change whatever it is you're looking at. So as you look at it, you reject it, right? You look at it, reject it. No, that's not it. And you hold this image. What you are doing is you are impressing this new image onto the formless substance, onto God, onto the world. You are impressing that, and that is the cause, right? Which is going to bring a like effect. Now, am I saying that you hold the image of the bank account in your mind one time, and then next time you open your bank account, there's going to be more money in there? No. This is a process. It takes time. You have to constantly hold the image, and this isn't just with your bank account. This is with everything in life. And in the book, and the Science of Getting Rich, it's called Holding the Truth. Holding truth. So truth is seeing what you want to see, regardless of if that's what's actually there, right? So even if your bank account is low, you don't care about that. You see your image, and as you hold true to the truth, you stay faithful to the truth, you will bring that truth into your life, right? So it's changing this cycle of looking at what's going on and reacting to creating what you want to happen and causing the world to react to that, right? That's like what Napoleon Hill said. He said, circumstances, hell, I make them, right? I make them. He said, circumstances, I make them. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what's going on because he holds the image, and that image then alters what's going on around him, and eventually he will be living in the life that he wanted to live. I rejected the image of living in Fresno, going to my gym in Fresno. I held the image of going to the gym in Huntington Beach at Equinox, and guess what? That's where I go to the gym now, right? You have to reject what it is that you don't want and hold the truth on your mind. So if you want that $100,000 a month, if you want the $1 million, if you want whatever it is that you want, you have to hold that image. And sorry, I'm pulling up to my house, so I'm gonna have to cut this short, but you hold that image, right? And holding that image on your mind is impressing that onto the world, onto God, onto this formless substance, and that is the community. That is what determines what comes back to you. So as you are impressing this onto the world, all right, 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, it is now your mind is seeking the way to get that 100,000, right? It's like this example. I was watching someone else. He said, if I paid you $1,000 for every yellow car you saw, would you count, like, would you be aware of how many yellow cars there were? Like, would you be looking all the time, right? You would. And you'd come back to me and be like, hey, I saw 10, give me 10,000, right? It's the same way with this. If you're aware, if you say, I'm earning 100,000 this month, I'm earning 100,000 this month, if you're aware of that, your mind is then seeking. It's like, okay, where am I going to get this, right? And it starts finding these paths, and that's where the bridge of incidences comes in, and that's when the stars start to align. The people that you didn't know you would even ever reach out to you. The opportunity that you never saw coming starts coming to you. Or maybe something happened, you're like, oh my gosh, it just feels like life can't get any worse. And then you see an opportunity that opened up bigger than what you even had before. Right? But it only works if you hold that image and you feel the feeling of gratitude for that image. So at all times, you got to be holding your image. And when you take actions, it's not taking action to take action. It doesn't do anything. It's not going to the gym. It's the way that you go to the gym. It's the way that you work out. Having a gym membership doesn't make you fit. Going to the gym and working out a certain way with a certain intensity, with a certain goal in your mind is what will get you the results, not the membership. Same thing with this. The actions, the videos, whatever it is, that doesn't get you the results. It's the way that you do it, the way that you film the video, the way that you take the actions. Are you holding the image? Are you taking the actions as your $100,000 self? Or are you taking the actions as someone who needs money, who wants this, who wants that, who needs followers or whatever, right? Because your action, your feeling and your thoughts toward your action are what determine your outcome. That's your frequency, right? And it's the same thing as a radio. If you're tuned into a certain radio station, you can't attract anything that's on the other station, but you can change the station and you'll attract a new sound. And at any point in time, you can change to any station you want, And all the stations are in this truck. I could tune into any station. They're all in here somewhere, and it's in the air. Like Bob Proctor said, money's in the air. You could tune into any station. You can't hear them. I can't hear it right now. But if I change the channel, I'll be able to hear it. And then I change it again, I'll hear a different song. Change a different channel, it'll be a different song. Same thing. It doesn't matter how aggressively, how loud I put the volume or how quiet I put the volume. It doesn't matter. What matters is what station I'm tuned into, and that is the frequency that you're on, which is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So you must take your actions with the right thoughts, with the right feelings, and then you'll be tuned in to get whatever it is that you desire. That was a lot. But that's the summary of it all. Know what you want, hold that image in your mind, feel gratitude for it as you take the action, and take the action as someone who already has it, right? Assume it as done, feel it as done, be that person. Don't chase it, don't try to chase it, be it, become it. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. You have to be what you want to be, not chase it, because chasing will keep you chasing forever. It's like having a pole and having it stuck, you know, the prize at the end of the pole it's taped to your forehead. No matter how fast you run, it's going to stay just as far. So you have to be it. Say, I am this. Do it like that. Walk like that. Talk like that. Think like that. Feel like that. Take the actions like that. And that is when you you collapse this gap of who you are and who you want to be, and then you actually become who you are, quote unquote, pretending to be. Right? But it doesn't work if you're just taking actions to take action. It doesn't work if you're just thinking the thoughts. You have to have all three. You have to think the thoughts, you have to feel the feelings, and you have to take the actions while thinking the thoughts and feeling the feelings. You can't take the actions and then go over here and think about it and feel a certain way, and then go over here and take the actions and have it separate. That's why you don't get progress. You have to mix them. So understanding that our thoughts impress on this substance, on God, right? You're impressing upon this. And based on what you impress onto the substance, onto God, is what you receive. And so if you change what you impress onto God, you change what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and the action, the way you're taking the actions, you will then change your results. But if you work harder, but you keep thinking and feeling the same way, you're going to keep getting the same results, right? You understand what I'm saying here? It's not about working harder, working more. It's about thinking the right way, feeling the right way, and taking the actions with the right thoughts and the right feelings. Then life just literally goes like that. Bam, snaps. Everything falls into place because you snapped that gap. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. If you guys want me to make a specific video going over anything, just comment below and I can make a video on it. But make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with another banger. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.